Everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you all for registering and attending today. We'll make it nice and sweet and simple since it's Friday afternoon. I know you guys are probably all eager to get out. Next week is Thanksgiving. So crazy because I just remember Thanksgiving last year as if it was yesterday. So we'll keep this nice and simple today. It is a more of a complex topic that we're going to be going over today, something new, something that's really starting to take over many different industries. And so that's why I thought it would be important to go over AI and how to leverage that within your practice. So I'll give it a couple more minutes here. I see that some people are joining and jumping on. Thank you all so much again for joining. And just as a reminder, this is being recorded because I know that you guys aren't all able to make it, especially if you're just registered but weren't able to attend. Otherwise, we'll also be recording this to put on our YouTube page. So we have tons of different resources here at IMES, as you all know. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started. Thank you again, guys, for joining. I'm going to go ahead and enhance this screen here so you guys can see. Housekeeping reminders for IMES agents that have been here with us for a while. This is just something that we go over. It's a nice refresher, especially if you have forgotten everything that we do here at IMES. We always like to show this. And then if you are new to IMES, you're going to have some really great incentives available to you today if you definitely decide to get the ball rolling. So without further ado, my name is Kat. I'm an annuity sales director here at IMES. I do casework. I help agents on the annuity side day in, day out. And what I love most about IMES is that we all still come into an office. We have a very few handful of remote workers, but they've been with IMES for a long time. We just couldn't bear to let them go. So I come into the Omaha location. We've got two locations, one right here in Omaha, Nebraska, and another one in Topeka, Kansas. And IMES has been around for the last 40 years. We're independently owned, and we believe in true independency. And so the type of agents that we work with and are really looking for are agents that are business oriented, really looking how to have that CEO mindset. And so I thought the importance of AI was really, really huge because the times are just changing, and so bear with me. I am going to be talking about AI. I'm not an AI expert. There's tons of people in our creative team here that probably know a whole lot more about AI, but that's the thing. That's what IMES does. We are connecting points. What we do is help connect the pieces, especially as us marketers. And so we have a fantastic annuity department. We have a fantastic life insurance department. And then our in-house creative department, they're amazing. They're the ones that put together this AI guide that I'll be going off of today and sharing with you just for coming on and registering and attending. And so I'll go ahead and get into this. If you are a new agent here with IMES, you have 180 days for this new producer builder. And it's really because we want to help you grow your production here with IMES. And so many of the agents that we work with are already doing tons and tons and tons of life insurance and annuities. So it's common for us to come across newer agents that are already doing a bunch of business or maybe doing a few annuity cases and life insurance cases here and there. And so we start you off at the $100,000 level and go all the way up to the $1 million level. For some, especially if you're working a bigger case at the moment, you can reach that $1 million level off of one case, or it could be a few different cases. It really just depends. I've seen agents do it all. And that's my favorite part about being an annuity marketer here at IMES. I see all kinds of things. And so at that $100,000 level, we actually give you the incentive of $750 cash. Now you could take the cash or you could use that towards your marketing. You can get an iPad, you can get mailers. I have a lot of agents that still do mailers, especially if you do seminars. The next level we have is $250,000 level. Same thing, just more benefit, of course, like $2,000 of marketing reimbursement or $3,000 piece of mailings. And so the thing I want you to see here is that we've got 5 different tiers with all of these nice incentives. If you already have marketing that works for you, if you already have something in mind, don't be limited by what you're seeing on the screen. I want you to tell us. So the IAMS value proposition is collaboration, customization, and best in class service. And so what that means is we can't deliver the very best that we can without you. So we need you to talk to us and tell us what you got going on. And full collaboration makes a really long-standing partnership. And that's really what we're after as well. Amongst that, we also have some other IAMS business builders. So the referred producer program, that's a really nice program that we have. It's a referral program. It's for people that have other colleagues and friends within the industry, but don't necessarily want to be responsible for them. And what I mean by that is I have tons of agents that don't care to be an agency owner. They don't care to have a downline and to be having people report to them and to be responsible for them. They don't want to have to worry about chargebacks and all that kind of stuff. And so this is that type of program for the type of agents that just want to refer over some agents because they know that they can benefit from our services as well. And for that, we compensate you as a thank you. So these thank you checks go out on a quarterly basis. But when they do contract with IAMS, you actually get a $50 one-time bonus. And every time they write business, this is where the quarterly comes into place. You actually get a little bit of override. Now, that override doesn't come from their commission. Again, it comes as a thank you from IAMS. So the thank you check that you get from IAMS will again come on a quarterly basis, and it'll come as 15 basis points on life target premium, 75 basis points off of single premium life, 20 basis points off of fixed index annuities, and then 10 basis points off of any MIGA business. So this is a really awesome program that I don't think I've seen anybody have. But then again, I just work here. So, but I've never heard of any of my other agents tell me that they have a referral producer program. And everybody knows each other in this industry, so you've got to have 1 or 2 friends that doing life or annuities that could probably benefit from our services. The next thing that you also have available to you is marketing reimbursement. So for new agents that have graduated from their 180 days, you do have a marketing reimbursement account, or we like to call it Murray bucks or marketing dollars. So we pay $100 for every $100,000 of fixed index annuity premium that you're doing. For every single premium life, you get $200 per $100,000 of premium. And on Life Target, for every $10,000 of premium that you're doing on the life side, you get $200 back. So really, really nice incentives there. We're basically just paying back into your business for the production that you're doing with us, because at the end of the day, it's a collaborative, customized, best-in-class type of partnership, and that all goes into a mutually beneficial partnership. So yes, definitely love that program. We do also have terrific back office support. I don't just say that because I come into the office every day, but I see these things every single day. So there's a lot of things behind the curtains in IMOs that I think a lot of agents might miss or don't really recognize or really see. And so we have tons of business building tools and resources, including the staff that we have here at IAMS. We have, I think, the best new business team here. As you know, it can take a while for some of these things to go through, but the people that we have here have very solid connections within the industry. But not only do they have solid connections, they also keep their eyes on it, and they make sure that it gets issued in a timely fashion. We also have case design assistants, so that's where I come in. I do this day in, day out. And then so do the life insurance directors that we have here. And let's say we're past the case design and we're just on the application process, and we just have a couple of things, or maybe you're someone that has had a lot of negos in the past, which is okay. Um, we've definitely had that happen before. And so the thing I will say is oops, sorry. The thing I will say is we have a great Firelight staff here. So we've got Gigi, we've got Tim Ward, and we've got Kirsten, and they're fantastic. They can pick up right where you left off, and they also scrub the application, so that is really nice. And then we do also have our IMS website. So we actually have everything available on our one IMS portal, and that's imsinc.com. So not only can you do everything pre-application, you could actually do the application on the website. So if you want to look at annuity rate watch, if you want to compare different rates, if you want to do different fixed index annuity, maybe guaranteed life income quotes, you can do that all and then just go straight to the application. And then on the life insurance side, there's also some really great underwriting material on there. There's also long-term care product grids on there, which is great because as you all know, we're in the middle of AEP right now, and Medicare does not cover long-term care. And so that could be a really huge conversation starter for a lot of people, especially over the age of 64 or getting ready for that age and just getting ready for retirement. So you have tons of different concepts, pages, and resources on the IMS portal. And then these are our e-app solutions. So just like I mentioned, this is all available on the IMS portal. You don't have to jump or bookmark different things. You can just go straight to imsinc.com. And if you need help on the applications, just give us a call and we'll help you through it. Creative services, we also have a great in-house creative department, as I mentioned earlier. What they really help in is agency solutions, digital solutions, different turnkey options. So there's tons of different things and they all have different roles. We're definitely expanding that department because we've got so many agents that really need this help. And so we've even got a marketing implementation specialist that we've brought on board. So tons and tons and tons of different resources that we have here in-house, making your life easier so you don't have to go to a third party, you don't have to go to someone you don't trust, and you don't have to go to someone that doesn't know insurance. That's the biggest piece of all this. All of the people that are here, they live, breathe, and eat creative services tailored to insurance related information. So that would be the biggest thing there. And as I said a second ago, marketing is huge. So we do have a customized marketing analysis, which again leads into our value propositions of customization, collaboration, and best-in-class service. This is a tailor-made for you type of business plan. This is a track to run on. So many times I think with how broad marketing is and how broad AI is and just how broad this whole industry is, it's really nice to kind of just have very specific questions to help guide you through what exactly we're looking for. And so this is a two-piece process because we're very diligent in figuring out what it is we actually need to hone in on for your marketing. And the thing about marketing is this, we might do 1, 2, 3, 4 of these a year. So don't be limited to just one because we need to be looking at marketing all the time because the landscape, it's changing constantly. And that's definitely my whole point of this presentation today. But before I dive into that, we do have our wealth management department. Our building, actually, they're actually right down the street from us now. And they're definitely some of the nicest people that I've ever met. But they're just so sharp. And what they help in is increasing revenue, improving client retention, and strengthening relationships. And so we love having this type of partnership and aspect to the IAMS family because what it does is for advisors that are doing any assets under management, having that split strategy where you can do a portion of assets under management and then put their money in like a safe money vehicle, whether it be single premium life or a fixed indexed annuity or an IUL or life insurance of some sort, you're able to do much more in the house, meaning you're actually getting a lot more referrals because you're covering all bases. So they also have an amazing starter program for aspiring advisors. So if you have any questions on that, just give us a call at 800-255-5055. And then we do have our incentive trips. So I do want you to know if we're calling on you an incentive trip, it's going to be for 1 out of the 3 or 3 out of the 3. We've got 3 incentive trips qualification periods going on right now. So this Beachy Keen, this is going to be in the Dominican Republic, and it'll be with Athene, and this will be from March 22nd through the 25th. And so if you do a lot of Athene business or have never really met Athene and would like to meet it in a setting that is much sandier and beachier, this would be the best way to do it. And I say definitely give us a call if you're interested in the qualification period and what that might look like. We have another incentive trip going on with Silac, and this is awesome. They really only need about 2 million in Silac FIA business. And the qualification period is pretty long, so you have until April of next year to get to this. But definitely wanted to make sure you were aware of this because this is one of the smaller qualifications that you need to qualify for an incentive trip. So definitely wanted to make sure you were aware of this. And then lastly, this is our incentive trip, our IAMS as a whole, where everything counts, everything that you're doing. And right now, we're actually doing double trip credit points on all submitted FIA business through the end of the year. And this incentive trip is really exciting. This is going to be in the Bahamas. So I definitely would do as much business as you can right now through the 31st. You need 6 million to qualify. And so if you get 3 million paid by the end of the year, which I've seen some people do, you can definitely qualify. So that'd be a nice Christmas gift. I would love to call you saying you've qualified for the trip. And then we do have our Life and Annuity Academy. So we did 5 of those this year, and no one wants to come here in the winter, so our next one will be in the springtime. But in this, we have multi-million-dollar keynote speakers. We've got tons of different sales concepts, and it's just 3 days of pure learning and networking with other like-minded individuals. And so we know this business can get really crazy and also really lonely. So we have these events available for you. But the biggest piece is really to meet who you're doing business with. And so we encourage you, if you haven't been to an academy yet, definitely come out to an academy. This is one of the only times that I ever get to meet my agents, and I would love to meet you. And these are our social media pages. Give us a follow on LinkedIn and Facebook if you're not already. This is just so that you can stay up to date with what's going on. That way you're not just coming into a webinar or on a phone call and hearing about things for the first time. We post on that very regularly. So that'll be the best way to really just keep up to date with us. And then of course you could always call us at 800-255-5055 or visit our website at imsinc.com. And so I will go ahead and jump to the AI portion of this now. It's just me for today. So what I absolutely love about our creative department, again, is that they've put together this AI marketing guide. It's called the AI Edge. And the thing about them is they're always staying ahead of the curve. And that's because of, again, the value propositions that IMS has here. And so today, what I would really like to focus on is the fact that AI is here and it's not going anywhere. It's one of those things that we really need to start leveraging or at least keep an open mind of. So, a lot of the agents I deal with have been doing this for a really long time. And the thing about AI is it doesn't take away from everything that we're doing. I believe it truly just enhances everything that we're doing. And I'm not just saying that because I'm young. I'm saying that because I see it happening. Like I said at the very beginning of this webinar, I am not an AI expert. I'm just pretty much trying to keep up with you guys as much as possible as well. So when I go through this, if you're not totally aware of AI yet, I want you to maybe hear this with an open mind and also see what are some ways of how I can leverage AI. It could be something small. It could be just using ChatGPT for the first time, or it could be looking into auto dialers. It could be looking into AI enhancement, note taking. There's so many different types of AI. So when I say AI, I'm not just talking about having a robot call your clients. None of that. I think that's what a lot of agents that have been doing this for a long time think. AI is not here to replace you and all of the value that you've brought into your practice for so long and have done for so long. What it's here for is to enhance what you're doing and to help you move the needle in a market that just won't stop moving in the technology side. Like on the annuity side, for example, there are some carriers that are going all e-app only, so it's a little bit of a transition to go from paper apps to e-applications. And so this is why AI really matters. AI right now is reshaping prospecting and client engagement, and for many different reasons that we're about to jump into. AI also helps identify stronger leads because it's doing a lot of the qualification and the dripping and all of the things that we may not necessarily have time to do if we're talking to a lot of people that are in our pipeline and have families to take care of. That's the biggest thing. AI, again, is leverage. And one of the biggest blessings of being in this business is the time. The time that you're putting into this practice to reap the benefits, but also the time that you get to take off to spend time with those that you love or doing the things that you love. I have some agents that are very family oriented. I have some agents that like to travel. I have some agents that like to do mission trips. So there's all sorts of things. And so at the very end of the day, if there's one thing that you're going to think about at the end of this, I just want you to think, why am I in this business and why have I been doing this for so long, and why am I going to keep going? Do I have the capacity to keep going with everything going on and all the changes in the market? I mean, on the annuity side, the interest rate is already dropping in the first place, and now we have to deal with technology moving quicker than I think we all thought it would. And and so definitely think about that at the end of this presentation and think if you're leveraging all of the things that you could possibly leverage, including the technology side of this. And so the last thing of why AI matters is it's scalable and the compliant communication. The biggest piece is the compliant communication. Let's say we found a way to automatically drip on our clients. What if we're putting ourselves in a sticky situation because it's not compliant? Like one little thing sometimes, one little detail can throw you off. And that's the biggest thing here with IMES. We want to make sure that we're here with you in partnership with you, making sure that you're doing business the right way as well. So some of the things that you're going to learn from this AI guide that the creative department so nicely put together, and from this presentation today is uh, through AI, you can identify higher quality leads. You can use predictive analytics and lead sourcing. Now, the predictive analytics, see, that is something that is very hard to do on your own as a human and as a person that's really trying to scale and grow a big business. And so having predictive analytics, algorithms, lead sourcing, that's huge all in itself. Something else you're going to learn through just starting to open up your mind about AI is automated outreach while still staying personal. So again, AI isn't here to replace you. AI is here to enhance something that you're trying to accomplish. And so if you already, with a lot of AI tools, if if you already have a style or a tone of how you talk, just tell the AI tool, this is the tone that I want it to come off on. I want it to come off a little bit sharper, or let's say you're already too sharp of a person, which sometimes happens. Hey, I need this to come off a little bit softer. Like ChatGPT, for example, I remember there was one agent that called in a few weeks ago saying that they used ChatGPT for the first time. They're a little bit of an older agent, but um, the emotional capacity wasn't all the way there. And so he was able to kind of pieces of his presentation apart and say, this is what I need to say. How can I make it softer? So, see, that's something that is AI related, and it's not something that costs extra to the agent. ChatGPT is something you could just go online for. And that's my biggest point of this presentation. AI is here, it's here to stay, it's all over the place. So use it and take from it as much as you can as possible. And just start with one little thing. um, Implement AI tools, chatbots, CRMs, events, and then again, staying compliant using AI. I probably will have staying compliant in every single slide of this because it's really, really important. And so, um, the thing I want you to take away is that advisors who are embracing AI prospecting tools may see more qualified leads, faster conversations, and just better client engagement overall. There are practical AI tools like CRM automation workflows. And so in our AI guide, I think there's actually some different examples of different tools that you can use. And then, of course, you've got us that'll help you get through all of this because AI is a huge beast and you don't have to do it alone. And so what this really is a good starting point. And what we want to accomplish with predictive analytics and lead sourcing, for example, is having to assign lead sources. And so to find better engagement, to find the actual target market, maybe just tailoring it down to, well, what kind of target market are we looking for? Someone that has over $250,000 in assets, or someone between the ages of 49 to 69, different little things like that. Now we can manually put this in and manually tell somebody this for, let's say, seminars or just different qualified lead programs. But at the end of the day, we need some sort of drip marketing to help nurture and engage all of these different clients. And there are so many out there. There's Snappy Kraken, there's Connect and Sell, or well, Connect and Sell is an auto dialer. There's Client Connect, so many different things. What this, again, this point is to do is just to kind of open your mind to start thinking of, well, what are some ways I can incorporate AI and how would it make my life easier? And so I know that AI, because of how broad it is, can feel a little bit overwhelming, but just picking it apart in different things like CRM automation workflows. You've got Client Connect that is dripping and nurturing your clients in a very automated fashion. And so the nice part about that is it's also agent driven. And that's the biggest thing about these things. We also have different chatbots and lead capture systems. So many financial professionals are adding AI-driven chatbots to their websites as a simple, low-cost way to capture leads. Now that's huge. I've got one agent that's huge on the Medicare side doing this, and pretty soon we're going to be incorporating policy reviews within what they currently have. So that's going to be an absolute game changer. And he's been using AI for a while, actually, and it could be why he has such a successful practice on the Medicare side. The other thing that practical AI tools can do is help in content creation, AI-driven event marketing. It can help you also just do different touches and nurturing and engagement on people that have showed up from a seminar, and you can just continue to drip on them for as long as you can. Next, we do have AI compliance and human touch. So using AI as a support tool, not as a decision maker. Again, it's the biggest thing because the biggest point other than compliance that I really want to share with you is the fact that AI isn't here to take over your practice. It's again here to enhance your practice and help you get in front of more people more efficiently and in a much quicker fashion. So especially on the life insurance side. A common practice is to go in, get in the house, and then manually you're doing all of these things and you're doing it maybe at a really high level, but you're in and out, you're going quickly. what happens when you've reached like what, at least 300 clients? That's a lot of clients to manage on your own. And especially if you're not someone that's very tech savvy, or maybe has an assistant, or maybe if you have an assistant, maybe make their life a little bit easier and have some sort of support tool to help you navigate through this thing, like a CRM with some sort of automated features is really huge. You could also keep oversight on client-facing messages. And what that means is just keeping track of all of the text messages are going out that are again compliant friendly. So that's the biggest thing. You want to make sure that you're tracking all of the text messages that are going out. A lot of agents and clients are texting back to each other. That was something that I did quite a bit when I was out in the field. I was constantly texting my clients because I was the type of agent that would say, you know, yep, reach out to me anytime. I'm always available for you. And so just being able to keep that oversight in one organized system is the biggest thing. And then again, enhancing human relationships, they don't replace them. I think I've made myself very clear on that aspect. And then we do have real world applications. So keeping things automated on the follow-up system, increasing appointment rates. So I mentioned that testimonial of the agent, the really big Medicare agent that has been using AI, and it's definitely been helping his practice go much, much further. You know, he's definitely done a lot of traveling this year while still maintaining his practice. He's been able to keep things in a very organized fashion so that his clients are still feeling they are prioritized and still kept on like a white glove type of service. And so we do have different lead scoring that helps prioritize top prospects as well. So that kind of leads into the CRM system as well, and finding a way to continue dripping on them, and then also filtering out um, who which prospects maybe to go to first, and maybe which ones aren't as engaged. And then again, different chat bots that are answering FAQs to free up advisor time. Now that is huge. I had actually talked to another agent, I think it was out in Montana a little while back. I had visited his website and he had a chat box at the bottom right of his screen, and that was so helpful because I even gave it a little test, and at the bottom you could type in any kind of questions as such as like, if I get an income rider and the account value goes out, does my income go out? You know, it'll that chat box, these are questions that people have every single day. So think about it this way. If you have a prospect that is seriously considering a fixed indexed annuity, would you want them to type it on Google, or would you want it to type it on their website so that you can get their information and actually give them a call so that you could introduce yourself? So having a chat box, I think, is huge, like probably the biggest thing. And think about it in this perspective as well, like phone service or any type of service, utility bills, anything. Most of those websites now have those little chat boxes at the bottom right of their screen that have very generic, very basic FAQs, where if you type in a question, it collects your data and the information. And if at the very end of the conversation, they can't get an answer, and this is most people anyway, this is me. I want to talk to a real person. So I'm going to keep asking and I'm going to keep asking, and I'm going to say, I want to talk to an agent, or I want to talk to a representative. And then it'll say, okay, put in your information. You've got a hot lead right there. So, you know, if another good thing is just chat box on your website, that's a huge thing. And we have a great website development team here who also specializes in search engine optimization. I'm sure they can somehow add a chat box to that as well. So some of the next steps include downloading the full AI marketing guide that I'm going to send you. It's going to come as an attachment. It's not like something that we mail out because, again, we're getting with the time. And then just choosing 1 to 2 tools to implement now. Like it could be that chat box, It could be ChatGPT. It could be a CRM system like Client Connect, Snappy Kraken. It could even be video sales letters. Let's say you're really trying to sophisticate your marketing um, and really hone in on annuities. We have a great program called Annuity Rank that just tailors to qualifying leads for just annuities. And what that all entails is video sales letters that go to a landing page. Once they get to that landing page, at the end of the video, they're asked to input their information if they're at all curious about the safe money solution of an annuity. And so that's truly been a game changer for a lot of people, I think, as well. I think consumers are looking into videos a lot more. There's so many different types of videos out there as well, and we have some really amazing agents out here that are very, very good at what they do. And, to give you an example, yesterday I was just scrolling on Facebook and I see a marketing program that's out there with nothing that has to do with insurance. There's just, half naked ladies out on this thing. And it, again, has nothing to do with insurance. And so the biggest takeaway as well, if you're going to be looking into different programs, whether it be for marketing or for AI, make sure that compliance is something that is mentioned on this. And not only compliance, but it has to do with the industry. These are relevant topics. Some things that we really want to avoid. I'm going to go ahead and escape out of this. And I know it really just felt like a conversation today, and that was my goal at the end of the day. But the biggest thing to avoid are the type of marketing programs that really have nothing to do with insurance. They're just showcasing cars and fancy different objects or um, all these different types of tactics. At the end of the day, what we do is high value, high service, and these marketing programs, if they don't have those type of quality leads, um, though that is what they're promoting. They're promoting anything but insurance. At the end of the day, we want to be a true sales professional in the financial industry. And so we want to make sure that we're actually buying into tools that are going to enhance our practice, but also enhance our reputation. And if it just is a lead marketing or some sort of tool, again, make sure that's compliant and make sure that it is actually legitimate. And so the thing is, at the end of the day, with these marketing programs, if it actually has value, it doesn't have to oversell itself. It's going to tell you everything, and you have us to be able to back you up and look through the material as well if you ever have something that you want to throw at us. So that would be it. That would conclude it. I again know that this was more of a conversation, and I'm sure that we'll have much more to add on to this, like different programs that I will probably include onto this in the next presentation, like maybe Snappy Kraken or Client Connect.